Hi there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Well, I thought it was time that I actually did a double bill. So, got a couple of great films for you here. I'm sure you've all seen them. I'm sure you've definitely seen one of them, but have you seen the original one? So the original one is from 1958, and it is The Fly. What a lovely steelbook this is. I really like that. Lovely. So it is based on a story by George Langelaan. Guessing that's how it's pronounced because it's got double A at the end. And it was produced and directed by Kurt Neumann. So it was done by 20th Century Fox, and I was convinced, going by these lovely pictures here, the black and white nature of them. It's there we go. That it was black and white, but it's actually not, it's colour. So that was great, and the sound was pretty good, but what I liked the most was the story. I thought it was really captivating, and I loved, even back in the 50s, when you look at the times now and how we're trying to realise that everyone should be treated equally. And you know, back then it was always the damsel in distress and that kind of thing. The wife of the scientist is very strong in this film. The way she handles things, the way she sort of gets on with helping him, and all this, that and the other, and almost having to go at him at times for carrying on with his experiments and stuff and not thinking about them. And I liked that. I thought, well, wow, in the 50s, and they kind of got that kind of thing going on. That's good, really good. So there's some brilliant special effects in this film. Obviously, what happens is a fly is in the teleport machine, and he's not doing it to teleport himself or anything like that. He's just trying to create a teleportation device, and he's testing lots of things. Obviously, things keep going wrong, and he does something and he gets it right, and it's like, wow, it works. So of course, being a scientist, he's going to try himself, isn't he? And then there's a fly in there when it happens. He doesn't know that at the time, but so all of a sudden his wife's got to sort of look after him, and she can't see his head because he's covered it. He doesn't want her to see, and he's got his arm in his pocket. He's wearing a big trench coat, so he doesn't want her to see, and he's trying to, he can't talk either. But anyway, so he's got the head of a fly, he's got the hand of a fly. So where's the fly? Well, later on in the film, their son, their little boy, has captured a fly, and it's like, hey mummy, look at this, it's weird, it's got a sort of a white eye, and a few other bits that are white, and it's kind of, it's like, can he keep it, can he keep it? No, 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 let it go, get rid of it. Turns out he needed to keep it because the white bit was his dad's head, and the arm and everything, and later on it gets caught in a massive spider's web. I mean, it's oversized, but doesn't matter, it's for the movie, and it allows them to do a really good overlay special effect, optical effect, of the guy's head on this little tiny fly. Really, really impressive, and such a great version of the story. So obviously, with that version, the other version has to be David Cronenberg's The Fly, doesn't it? With Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. So now obviously filmmaking had come on leaps and bounds, and plenty of horror films had come since the original Fly, of course, one of them being The Thing by John Carpenter. and those kind of special effects were utilised brilliantly in this film as well. Are they Tom Savini? Am I wrong? Excuse me if I'm wrong. But one of the many great special effects horror people, and so yes, the same premise. Jeff Goldblum's character is a scientist, and he's trying to do some kind of teleportation, and he ends up sort of befriending Geena Davis. Well, her character, she's a reporter, and she's trying to get the big scope, and you know, her boss is like, oh no, what this guy's doing is crazy, don't you just ignore him. But anyway, he gets to show her what he's doing, and she's interested. So yeah, they start a relationship, and in one of their more intimate moments she notices these big hairs on his back, and so she cuts them off, and but that's clearly the start of the transformation, because he's again got to the point where he's managed what he's set out to do, and again, being a scientist, and well, why don't I try it on myself? Again, there's a fly in the pod, and yeah, things start to happen. Obviously, much more up to date and very different take than in the 1950s version. You don't see any kind of transformation in this. He just is. But why not? It's just, you don't need to have the transformation. But the fact in this 1980s, what year is it? 1980. Well, that is so small. Why did they split? Is it 86? Excuse me if I'm wrong. That it's great to see the slow transformation, and see him get more energetic, and he's more pumped up, and yes, they keep having sex all the time because he's so got so much energy to burn, and when he starts climbing on the walls and things like that, and up on the ceiling, I thought they were great special effects. And yes, so a brilliant reimagining of the original film. So in a sense, you might say, well, okay, Trevor, which one's better? Technically, this one's better, just because of the advancements in movie making. But I think they're equal story-wise. They both engaged me just as much, and I both thoroughly enjoyed them just as much. And yes, I'm glad this was in colour. I wouldn't have minded if it was in black and white, and as I said, I was prepared for it to be in black and white. Just like when I did my double bill of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's nice that the original one is in black and white, but obviously the new one, or the new one, the 70s remake being in colour. But yes. Now, there is a scene in this one which some people say maybe they don't. No, there was another film I watched that I got recently. I think it's called Death Scream, and in there's a scene where the monster basically gets crushed in a big press. And I watched one of the bonus items, and they sort of said, well, yes, I wonder who copied that. And of course, this Death Scream is before. Was it definitely Death Scream? Anyway, it's a film with an alien in it. And yeah, so they sort of say, well, James Cameron copied it for Terminator. But actually, what you see at the beginning is the wife basically set off these controls, and Vincent Price is he's in this, and it is David Hedison and oh, what's her name? Patricia Owens. Al Hedison, not David Hedison, Al Hedison. Vincent Price and Herbert Marshall. And Vincent Price he's working late at the facility, and he hears a noise, and then sees this woman running away, and sees the big massive press has been pressed. But there's a body hanging out of it. So yeah, you can imagine, well, what the hell's going on there? And so there's a bit of an investigation going on. And but anyway, I'll let you watch the movie and I'll let you find out. But if you didn't know, and you've seen this, and you know, you thought, oh, that's a steelbook of that. It's not. That is a completely different film. Just the same story. It's kind of a shame they're 20th Century Fox, because who knows if we'll ever see a 4K of either film, and I think both would look absolutely stunning in 4K. But you know, so come on Disney, please start listening to us. We do want these things on physical media. I hope you get the message. But so there you go, finally another double bill. I know they're not the most successful videos I do, but that doesn't matter. I started the channel because of these double bill situations, because I'd watch a film that's say from 2007 or something, and I think, oh wow, someone's come up with an original concept at last. It's only taken them 20-30 years, but then actually no, I realised that the original one was made in the 50s or the 60s or something, and again, no, they hadn't come up with an original idea. Yes, so that's why I am Double Bill Movies, and I need to get back into doing more of these. I don't just want to do horror ones, I want to do Disney ones, and Disney live action, not necessarily the Disney animated and the live action remakes. I don't want to do those. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you liked that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like what you hear from me, give me a subscribe, you know, help me out, and make sure you set the notifications to all so you don't miss anything. And I've got plenty of other things that you can look at. I used to work in the industry, so I have a series on how physical media is made. You know, not the manufacturing of the steel books, not even the pressing of the discs, but how the content of the discs is created. That's what I used to do. So go and check those out. I've got plenty of other random things, and I've got sort of collection videos. I'm currently working my way through 88. I've just finished all 50 of those, so then I'm going to be on this shelf. And this is my, would you believe it, Italian collection. I don't have all of the Italian collection like some of you collectors do, but the ones I do, apart from 3, all mine have slipcovers on. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'm rambling again, so I'm going to say goodbye before I carry on any longer. Take it easy.